Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian Information Mateo Guns coming out again with another little live stream. We're going to stick around for about an hour, maybe an hour 15 or so. Um, Along here with my brother Draymond Crawford, aka Recovery One Drone. How's your day going, man?
Good, good. Can't complain.
We already got a couple people here. What's going on? Russell Glerum, long time no see, buddy. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it. And let me go ahead and bring in Brother Al Diaz. He's actually in the background right now. How you doing, Brother Northside Hawk? What's going on, buddy? Island Creek Drone Photography. How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that.
What's up, fellas? Again, what's going on?
What's going on, Al
Hello,
Diaz?
everyone in the chat.
So, Al Diaz, how did that little flight, Dominic, how you doing, buddy? How did that little flight go with the Avata 2 earlier?
I went good. It went good. It was a little windy. I was a little bit concerned that it might get blown away, but I kind of was dialing in some of the rates I seen online because I didn't like how it flew out of the box. This is probably like my third or fourth flight on it. I have not been flying it a lot, Adrian. I have not been. But it was cool. It was cool to fly it today.
But like I said, you've been busy, man. Flying down to San Diego, flying to Arizona.
I got to go to Arizona on this Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we got spring practice, Dre, first week, and I'm the defensive coordinator. It's just too much responsibility.
Yeah, Dre.
I put myself in a pickle in that one.
Well,
it's
see,
a
brother,
good friend as the head coach, so I can't. I can't
I
rock
get
it. I got to stick with it.
Hey, brother Dre, Al Diaz making that good money to buy some new drones.
You don't make no money. California's killing me. I ain't gonna say anything.
Well, anybody tell you to live there? I mean, it's expensive. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah, my hairdresser said her husband got laid off. This Vietnamese lady, her husband got. She was very upset, and I was like, "Oh, well, no, that's unfortunate. He gets severance. Yeah, he gets severance. What happened? Oh, company's moving to Texas." I was like, "What? Are he's going to get this paid the same that he would get paid in California? Yeah, same money. I'd be out." I told us like, later.
Yeah, that's the big thing where companies are bouncing to other locations because it's cheaper to operate. But like you said, that's the big question. Because I remember about a decade ago, maybe about 20 years ago, when the first recession hit out here, I was thinking about trying to bounce to Texas. But dude, they were paying back then. They were paying about half of what I was making out here.
But Dre, you're in a good spot though, because you're in San Bernardino, and that area is a little bit outskirts of Los Angeles County, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in the Bay Area, dude. I'm Silicon Valley, dude. You're getting pillaged out here. It's kind of like LA prices and gas.
Up for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to complain. I'm not here to bitch and complain, be negative. It's just
my thing is this. I tell people who do get on here and they talk about the price of fast food and milk and eggs and everything. I said the economy is relative to where you live. People talk about high gas prices and some other places being around $3. You and I be doing backflips for $3 a gallon.
Oh, good Lord.
Come next, what is it, June or July? We're talking about extra 50 cents tax on gas. So we're going to be up there over $5 easy. No, I say six, because it's already over $5 right now for premium, and that's all I use in my cars is premium.
Yeah, I only put premium on in my motorcycle, but I go fill up at Costco because it's the cheapest around.
Yeah.
Everybody else wants to fucking rip you off. Excuse me for the language. But
So I mean, it's all relative to where you live and the economy in your area. So I just tell folks, appreciate those $3 a gallon, wherever you're at, because out here. And that's why I tell people who contact me with my drones, I say, hey, I need an extra $25, $50 now, not because I'm trying to gouge you, but the operating cost is going up for me.
Yeah.
And I said, wherever you're at on the East Coast or wherever I say, it may be different where you're at, but this is what I'm dealing with out here. So
let me go down and say hi to a couple of people. What's going on? Victor, brother V-Dub, Steve-O, Drone Views Media. How y'all doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, man.
Yeah. So that's why I tell people. I say, you can't go. We say go back to what prices were 5 years ago, or especially 10, 15, 20 years ago, because everything goes up. You can just look at history, man. I said housing is off the rails. You know, I mean, even out here where I'm at, homes are going for $1 million, and that's with no property, dude. We're talking
Yeah,
about
that's
just
great.
house. You houses that are built right next door to each other like this, and they're going for $1 million out here in San Bernardino County now. You know, so it's relative to where you're at, and even people like say Texas, other things, which you used to get a mini mansion in Texas for about $1 million. Even that's not buying that much in Texas. Depends on what part of Texas you're in. I know you're down there near the Houston area. The
Yeah,
cost of living in Houston is high.
it's going up. Yeah, and you
Yeah,
got to pay insurance for the home. I'm sure that I heard
right,
Johnny. I watched Johnny Drone Fly's restream, and they were talking about
right.
insurance costs going up and things of that
Yeah,
nature, and how they
yeah.
take it in the rear with that.
Well,
It's a little
like I
bit
tell
better.
them, I said, like I said, everything's is relative to where you're at, and there. What's happening is the insurance companies are treating them like they're doing us out here with the wildfires. Now out there, they're getting hit with the yearly, not just every 5 years or 6 years. It's almost every year they're getting hit with tornadoes, hurricanes. It's like clockwork, and the insurance companies are like, "Hey, we're shelling out money.
I
We're
was just going
shelling
to
out
ask
money."
Adrian if there was a tornado or something like that up where he's at, because isn't he up by Jacksonville, closer to Jacksonville? He
Yeah,
disappeared
he's
on
not.
us.
Yeah, classic Adrian.
Go figure.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's just relative to where you're at, dude. Like I tell our folks, you know, you pay to live where you're at based on, like say here in Southern California, people say, "Oh, California, the politics, the earthquakes." I said, "Well, we haven't had a big quake in about at least a decade. That's really torn up." Like I said, if you want to live out in the middle of nowhere, you get to deal with wildfires if they happen, because
Yeah.
that's just part of the infrastructure of the state and everything. So you know, just like I tell folks who live other places, I said, you know, I'm looking towards retirement just like you, and I'm saying I don't want to move to where I'm shoveling snow every year.
Oh no, no way.
You know,
I
like I
remember
said,
that as a kid living in New York.
yeah,
I mean, it didn't
like I
snow as
said,
much as it would in other places up north, but no way.
yeah. I tell people I want, you know, as a kid, we were stationed
You
in
should kick me
Canada
out.
You're back.
yeah, and we were stationed in Canada, Newfoundland, up there, so I know how it is to have fun as a little kid. But I went to college where it snows. I was stationed in the Marine Corps where it snows 2 times. It's 2 different times. So I'm like, no, that's definitely not going to be an option for me. It's going somewhere where I'm retired and I got to worry about snow issues. I'm like,
Or that damn humidity, like Adrian lives in. Adrian,
yeah.
you were hit by tornadoes by any chance? Because I know it was raining up there a couple of days ago. Pretty
Let
hard.
me say hi to Waypoint, New England. Yeah, we were hit by a little bit of storm. Thank God, nothing bad. But anytime there's like high wind and stuff like that, Gainesville turns to
Mhm.
shit. There's trees down, power out, all that BS.
So you're in Gainesville. I thought you were in Jacksonville.
No, I never told you I was in Jacksonville. No,
I thought
technically
you said you
I live
told me.
in Bronson, but I work in Gainesville.
Mhm.
But the
Okay.
thing is that Gainesville and Bronson is literally almost right there. To where like
Right.
this city is literally not recognized by like, you know what I mean, like a
Mhm.
major
Right.
city.
Yeah, like I said, this one city gets all the attention, just like you guys are not that far out of Tampa. You know, people that say the greater Tampa area, and
Correct. So
that might include Bronson and
yeah,
everything else there. Just like I said, we were talking about Houston, Texas. Everything is so Houston is like a mega city. Even though
yeah,
you got Sugar Land where most of the high end folks live at, but there's so many surrounding smaller cities around Houston. It just all get engulfed as a greater Houston
yeah.
area.
The thing is in Florida, Aldias, the main city you always hear being mentioned is Jacksonville,
Mhm.
Miami, Orlando, Kissimmee, Gainesville, Tampa, Clearwater, Orlando,
Or Miami. Wow, you
New
said
Winter
Miami.
Haven, Hialeah. You don't really hear, Ocala, but you don't really hear that much cities
Yeah,
being named.
yeah.
What's going on, Matter Journal? How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in, man.
What's up, Maddie?
Oh, Fort Lauderdale, that's another main
Hey,
one.
so
Key
how
West
close are you to the stadium?
to the
The
Alto
Florida,
Stadium,
no, Florida Gators University.
literally about 20 minutes.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
should go
I
check
work
that
around
out.
that area every single day.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, V-Dub said he's in Jacksonville. I just put up the chat right now. Hello, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you heard you said Maddie popped in. Good to see you, Maddie.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a bit, Maddie. I haven't seen Maddie on a lot of streams.
Yeah, you've been laying low for a little bit.
So, God.
Yeah, that's good. But like I were just talking when you popped out, Adrian, about
So what
this is
now?
my first. When you popped out, me and Al were talking. I said this is the first Saturday and Sunday I've had completely off in about I would say a month and a half, 2 months and stuff. I've just been busy, dude. I've been
Are you
flying.
done with those projects that you were doing? Are they coming to a wrap or no? Those look like a long term.
Long term, like I said,
You got some houses being developed, neighborhoods.
yeah, like I say, mine are complete communities, and usually the ones I've been getting lately have been the shortest ones. Like the one I just picked up the other day is going to be 12 weeks, so that's flying twice a month for the next 12 weeks.
Nice.
And that's going to be a small little development. I flew it Friday for the first time, real small. I think it's only like I think it's 12, 15 acres and stuff. I mean,
They're
it's
building
not,
like mad over where you're at, huh?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Land is what the big attraction out here where I live at is land. We have the land to build. None of these cities where I'm around are built out. They still have empty land to develop. And like I say, unlike when you're in a major city, they call it redevelopment. When you got to tear down something, build something else. We still got raw land. Yeah, still got raw land to develop. And that's why I say that when I did in Rancho, when I was talking about train awareness, which I'm gonna have on my show on the 26th, we're gonna talk about train awareness and some other stuff then, and how that comes into play when you're doing orthomosaic mapping, photogrammetry, or just mapping itself, how that comes into play. But like you as a pilot will need to know when to use it and when not to use it, because there is a difference of that feature and stuff. A lot of folks are like I said, not aware of it, but they have not really dove into it to understand the benefits of it and how it can help you out. So
well, you're up on the foothill on some of your projects, so you have that.
Oh yeah, I have at least.
You have to use that.
I had 3 projects where I use terrain awareness on. 3 projects, and that's when the thing is you got to find out when do you use it, and still how much elevation changes is necessary for you to use it for you to be benefit your flight.
What's going on, East Coast Thrills? How you doing, buddy?
So that's all.
Has there been any hoopla about any DJI-4 coming out?
I heard something on Johnny's replay. You mentioned something about was it not a mini 5, Air 4 or something like that.
Oh, they talking about the Air 4. I thought they were talking about the Air 3S.
Oh yeah, something like that. I don't know. I remember him talking about that.
Yeah. The only thing that's been released officially is the new enterprise level camera system, the H30 system.
What's going on,
that's
Sean?
that's 1080, right? Isn't it 1080
Yeah,
film?
that's a 1080p
leapfrog. Oh yeah,
in thermal. 1080p in
that's
thermal.
Top. You don't.
That's
top
game
notch.
changer, dude. That's game changer because everybody else is still at 640, 512. So they doubled it. They say 4 times, but it's actually double the number.
For being here, brother Sean.
What you got going on, but that's game changer where the industry is not even there yet.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. So it makes me think maybe possibly Mavic 4 thermal. Your platform, the new version of your platform, with that
the M30T,
the M30T,
yeah,
M3T would be like the M4T.
Right, that's what I say. That would probably be the M40, something like that would be appropriate title for it. But like I say, it's so far ahead of the industry standard, dude. It's like nobody's even talking about this. And that's why I say DJI just keeps throwing the gauntlet out there. And I'm like, how can these people think about trying to ban these folks when they keep leading the pack? You know,
Yeah.
that's just crazy. I mean,
And pushing the product with amazing
yeah,
quality. You don't expect
that's
that from a
supposed.
Chinese company. You know what I mean?
No, no. Usually they come behind and knock off at a cheaper price than what's already out there at the top level. DJI has always been to the forefront, and they did it again with this H30T camera system. It's just like I say, it's just out there, man. And people, you know, it just took Autel off the shelves. You know, they can't compete with that. Nothing made in America is even close. This stuff, most of the stuff made in America thermal is not even at 640, 645 12. I mean, people are talking about the I think it might be the Skydio. Their thermal is not even at the 645 12. I know
On their
there's
new
somebody
one?
else.
Excuse me.
I think it might be the X10. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. But I know there's somebody
what,
else
what
there.
are you talking about? They're coming out with another new one?
Well, like I say, DJI came out with a new enterprise level
Payload. Camera
payload for the M300 and the M350.
350. Yeah.
And it has basically doubled up the specs compared to what is currently out there available today.
Yep.
And like I say, people can't even really afford the H20 series, let alone now you get this H30 out there, which is far and beyond.
Industry standard was what, 645, 520, 510?
That was basically the industry standard. And we got American companies that are not even meeting that. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I said we're so far behind it, it's just crazy. That's why I say all this nonsense about this legislation. I say, matter of fact, you guys out in the chat, appreciate you being here and everything else. But go to Drone Advocacy Alliance or Drone Alliance Advocacy. They have an automated system that you can contact your local representative, either Congress or even senators. And you can use the boilerplate, or you can put your own story in there, and boom, hit it, and it goes to your representatives without you doing anything else. And I know it works because I did it, and I already got a boilerplate response from my local congressman. I mean, I know eventually one of these days I'm gonna run into it, face to face, and I'm gonna hit him up big time, and I'm gonna let him know. I said, dude, you sending me boilerplate responses doesn't thrill me at all.
JSK Enterprise.
And I'm gonna let him know, because, like I say, I know he and I are running the same circles. We know some of the same people.
Nigeria, could it be that maybe he reached out to you that quick because your position? Do you think he will be able? Do you think he will reply to somebody, a little person like myself?
Like I said, it was a boilerplate response, Adrian. It was kind of like, oh, Congressman Aguilar supports small businesses, yada yada yada. It didn't even mention the word about drone anything. It was just about a small businessman letter being, response, how he supports small businesses and everything else. So I knew it was something that was generated that he gives out to anybody who's a small businessman, and send it back out. Thanks, Sean. The Skydio Thermal is 645-12. I know there's got to be another drone American made that's not even up there yet that they're trying to push.
Hey, brother Coach, how you doing, Philip? Thank you for popping in, buddy.
Yeah, so it's, I can say, my thing is, we keep sending these emails or letters out to these people. Eventually they will have to realize they have to deal with us directly. They just can't blow us off and it's like no big deal.
Yeah, it's just become a political attack on everything.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's why I've said for the last several years that this stuff is basically all political, and down the road it will be somebody else. So we'll see how it rolls. But like I said, this is why we have elections. This is the whole point why we have elections and everything else. And that's why I tell folks that we need to start joining these groups. I don't care if you belong to what's the one for the fixed wings, the AMA. I don't care if you go join the Drone Advocacy Alliance Advocacy. Go join up with them. If you're FPV, you guys need to start something. Whatever, because the only people that's fighting for FPV mainly is the companies, Rotor Riot and Race Day Quads and stuff. Like I said, they're out there for their own skin because they know if FPV gets shut down or parts that are primarily made in China get boycotted, it's gonna bury their hobby. Yeah, that's it, Sean. Paranoffy thermal is 320
320 by 250. Okay.
Yeah, way below the standard and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
That's why I
nice.
say it's just nonsense from there. So that's what I'm saying, that we need to come together as those are the three main groups as far as the industry when it comes to UASs. Okay, there's FPV, quadcopters, and RC planes, and we need to come together as a complete group and have our voices heard, because everybody right now is just nitpicking on our own agenda. The FPV guys are advocating to be excluded from all regulations, which we know that's not going to happen. You just can't say, exempt us from all the regs. I said you need to come together and decide, okay, we can live with this, this, and this, but we need to come back on something else. As quadcopter operators, most of us here, I said, same thing. We need to make sure our voices are heard, just to the fact of the amount of reach that quadcopters have, and not just the hobbyists, but also in the commercial realm of things. And in RC planes, the AMA has quietly been supporting their people. I remember when the big things, when Remote ID came out, everybody was crying about the AMA fields, or what they call them, and so to speak. And now the AMA has a boilerplate system that RC plane people can fill out to get them qualified to create another AMA field for themselves and stuff. So the AMA is doing their little bit for their folks, but like I said, the rest of us, we don't have anybody really fighting for us or trying to navigate a lot of this legislation and other hoops that are out there, and hurdles that are basically tripping us up on a daily basis.
No,
You're
I
right.
was I was just sorry about that, Dre. I was just
Go
looking
ahead.
for something if I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
no.
It's just me. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think ultimately their agenda is to get hobbyists out of the sky, and then like small businesses in terms of like you and me. I think
Mm-hmm.
ultimately they would probably want us to pay for our time in the sky, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's already happened once before with what was it, Air Map? They started that trying to pay, I say pay to play type of thing about 3 or 4 years ago. They were pushing for that, and they got basically ran out of the industry for doing it, because I guess they just didn't have enough political support to back it up. But they were trying to advocate for that, so to speak. So it would not surprise me at all. And if that is the end game, because like I said, I try to listen in on all the little FAA Zoom calls and all this kind of stuff. And there was one that happened back in March when I was on the East Coast, and as one lady was doing a presentation, and like I said, a lot of times you just got to listen to what they say and how they're saying it.
Hey, brother,
And
God
like,
bless America. How you doing?
and like you
What's
said,
up?
like you say, Al, you got to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together sometimes. And what she was saying was almost like she was advocating for a standardized test for operators, almost on the same line as what they do in Canada, as far as you got to do a practical
Testing,
trick
like skill
testing,
test.
skill test.
I'm
And
good
then
with
she was
that.
talking.
I think they should do that.
I don't personally have an issue with that. It's one thing I do like in Canada, but that's what they might be advocating for that. But then she was talking about a standardized checklist that everybody would have to, which doesn't make any sense to me, but she's talking about everybody would have to fill out and then submit that. And I'm thinking that's a lot of paperwork for everybody to go out and who wants to fly, period, that you got to fill out this form or whatever, electronic form or whatever, and then you submit this in. And I'm saying, what does that prove? It's almost like anything else, like your trust test. It's okay. I took the trust test. The trust test doesn't really challenge you in anything. It just makes you a little more informed. And that's all. That's all what a pre-flight checklist would do. It does not enforce anything, but it may make a few folks a little more informed on all the things that you need to look for when you go out to fly. And that's about it.
Which probably none of the people walking at Best Buy know about.
No,
Purchasing
no.
a drone.
You still have,
I shouldn't say all of them. I'm gonna say
yeah,
probably a few of them know to do the trust test and all things of that nature.
So yeah, like I say, it's a lot of things that happen. Like I said, the end game may be like you said, it may just get to the point where they're trying to eliminate certain people, certain groups out of the sky, and then the rest of us are going to be so hammered as far as commercial operations stuff. It's not going to be viable for us to even stay in business.
Yeah,
and then it runs us out. But like I said, I think drones are still too entrenched in the industry now, especially what you and I do as far as construction. It's almost standardized to a point.
I got fortunate. I got in, I think, early enough to where I got where I'm at now. So I'm blessed for that. But it's still kind of scary, Trey. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, it like I said, this is, I mean, other than
like you said, it just seems like there's so much red tape. There's so much red tape. One hurdle after the other hurdle after another hurdle.
That's about what it is. So now you're looking at, do I stay as a sole proprietor operator and try to control my own destiny, or do I have to go work under somebody else and then suffer my income?
Now,
and that's the other part. Do they put us in a position where the income's not worth it?
I do have a question for the both of you, since you guys do Part 107 for a living. How would you know how much to charge for a job? How did you come about like charging X, Y, and Z to do one job versus another, and so forth and so on? If you don't mind me asking, I'm not asking you for like money wise.
For me, it's just
how would you make that decision?
I think it's like your experience, how long you've been doing it, right? Your quality of work. I don't think you're going to charge somebody a load of money to do something that's not of quality. I don't know, Adrian. That's such a broad question.
And I gave that part of the what's going on, Michael Jones and RCs.
I don't know. Maybe Drake can sum it up, but I mean,
like not just that, the quality, it like the size of the job. For example, how would you know? Okay, this one is I got 4.25 acres, but then my next door neighbor got 5 acres. You see what I mean? You're gonna charge me this much for mine, but how would you know how much extra to charge because they have 5 instead of 4.25? Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I'm gonna put it to you like this: a lot of things are going to depend upon the region, the region you live in. Just like I was talking about the cost of things, fuel, and everything else. The same thing with your services. Okay, I gotta tell people what I get paid out here in California. I might not never get a job in Kentucky because I'm too above the market. You see what I'm saying? People are not willing to pay that kind of money there, or what they pay somewhere else. So that's what I say. That's one thing you got to look at. What is the market value in your area? That's one thing.
I think that's the key. Definitely key.
Now, like
and why you said, I mentioned that in one of the videos Ken Dono did years ago, and he said he made like 240 or 250 bucks for a shoot he did. This is way before what he's doing now, and I couldn't believe it. And then I mentioned something towards that and thought, dude, you're so much worth more than that. And he was like, well, dude, if I was over in your area, I would be charging way more than I would be charging here.
Right.
You wind up running off customers.
Right. Like I said, people are going to look at the value of what your product is. So that's why you got to be able to know what to charge. Now, my thing as far as how you calculate, whatever your dollar per hour or dollar, whatever, how you calculate what it is. Now, for individual jobs, like you said, you got 4 acres, you never got 5 acres. I don't care how many acres you got, it's how many batteries I got to use. That's how I put it right there. It's how many batteries I got to use to get the job done. It's my time that you're paying for. That's the first part, is my time. Now, me coming from construction, as long as I have, my first rule of thumb is this. In construction, you pay right up front show up time and actual first hour work time.
Okay.
Okay. So right there, for me to show up is a certain amount of money. My first hour work is a certain amount of money. And then it goes hourly after that, how much I charge per hour. So I know if I get there and a job is 4 acres or it's going to be 75 acres, it's only going to be an hour-long job, max. Okay. I have jobs here. I only have 50-something acres, one battery. I'm in and out of there in 20 minutes. Boom, 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 up and gone. Okay. Then I had a job I just did the other day. It was 15 acres. Same amount of money at the 50-acre job because it was one battery. That's all I needed.
So you're charging per battery.
That's how I calculate is how much time.
But your deliverables would be different from my deliverables, Dre.
Right.
We spoke on this before. What I do and how I set it up, and I do mapping, but it's more for like a map of the area, and they're not using it for survey grade or anything like that. But everything's delivered via a web page I design and set up for them. So you would charge differently in terms of how Dre would do it.
Well,
but Dre, you said it best. It's the location and where you're at.
Right. And like you said, you could charge a little bit more because you're doing more post work. You're actually providing the finished product. For me, a lot of times I'm just data collecting. And that's why I tell folks, I say, you can look at what you want to do. If you want to do the whole package where you're actually going out collecting the data and you're processing that data, it's a lot more effort on your part, a lot more time on your part. Okay. Now the third thing is the technology. Okay. Now I'm getting a lot more solar work. And I told my clients, I said, hey, you got to pay for the tech. All right. I have to have a certain drone to perform this work. So you can't go out there with a Mini 3 or Mini 4 or even a Mavic 2 Pro, whatever, to do solar work. That is upper level drones. So now you have to pay for the tech. And the same thing with using RTK. I say, hey, I went to RTK last September when a remote ID kicked off. I went full blown RTK. I don't care if the job is 5 acres or it's 500 acres. I'm flying RTK, and I let them know I'm providing you a better product, a more accurate product because of me using RTK with GCPs and whatever else you want to throw in there. That I'm providing you a top level product, so you need to pay me for the extra technology I am providing for you. So there's a lot of things you have to look at and how you sell.
Dre, before I ask you this question, Chris Wedgeworth said, "Oh, I thought this was a gun show, and it is a gun show. Look at the guns on Dre. Adrian, look at them damn guns. Look at that guy. He's got some guns. This is a gun show. Look at that guy.
You gotta quit.
DJI guns right there.
You gotta quit, man.
Somebody else mentioned your guns too. Who said somebody else did?
That was Sean. Hold on.
It was Jelly.
What's going on, Art? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in.
This is guns and drones.
I'd say this, Al. Every once in a while, usually I wear a very old, baggy hoodie, gray hoodie. I wear to the gym and stuff. And
right here, Alias.
Conceal and carry.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah, and like I say, maybe about once every 2-3 months, I may come in with a regular T-shirt and stuff. And I said, you got to see the difference in people's faces when I come in like that. They're like, holy smokes! And I always tell myself, I'm an old man. I'm like, hey, I'll be 63 this year, dude. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
It's just, I say, hey, I'm an old man. How much you going? I tell the young guy, how much you going to spot me, man? How much you going to spot me? You know, this stuff. And I said, I usually go in the gym, and I'm in and out of the gym within 35-40 minutes, dude. I go twice a week.
I got all the weights in the house, in the garage.
Hey, brother,
big brother,
thank you for popping in, buddy. Hey, Art, thank you for popping in.
Yeah, Chris, Art, hello. Warren, hello. I don't have my YouTube thing up. I'm actually looking at it from StreamYard.
Art was popping in from the Philippines.
Yeah. Lumpia City.
Yeah. But I can tell folks, man, I said, I go to the gym for my own personal health reasons, man. I said, it's easy to, especially at my age, to have a lot of things going on with your body and everything else if you're not trying to take care of it. Lifting weights has always been easy for me, starting back when I was 13, 14 years old, eighth, ninth grade. And I've been lifting ever since, going from there most of my life. So it's just a part of who I am.
It's habitual part of your life,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. That's it, man. And everything. Like I said, I don't think I do have a couple of goals. I don't know if I'm gonna reach them this year, but I want to try to bench press 425 this year.
425. Well, the most I've
425.
ever done, I think, was like 395.
Yeah, that's it.
And that was back
I,
in the days.
and,
I don't
and,
even,
and, and,
I haven't touched any heavyweight, Trey.
yeah, and Al, I don't even bench press in my workout. I do
That's
as
all.
much
That's natural strength.
natural body weight. Like I said, I do a lot of dips, workout, do a lot of push downs, do a lot of work in my triceps. And I'm just now incorporating at this time of the year, getting back into the bicep part of the workout. But mainly I focus on the triceps. And that's why I tell people, I say, you want to increase your appearance, the size of your arms, do tricep workout. I don't care if you want to do diamond push-ups or you want to do dips, or you want to do push downs or over the head like that. Yeah, dude.
I did a lot of close grip bench. I did a lot of that.
I can say those will increase the size of your arms quicker than
East Coast still said he weighs as much as one of your arms. 125. I weighed 125 probably when I was in third grade.
Dude, I can say at 125, I remember I had to be under that weight to play Pop Warner. They used to, 11? Oh man.
Adrian, why are you so quiet? Excuse me.
I'm listening to you guys talk. I don't want to interrupt.
Well, y'all got us off on guns and stuff. Now we're talking about lifting weights.
Yeah.
And everything.
I do have to agree with East Coast Thrills. I believe I'm the same way. Literally, I believe I'm the same way. But anyway, hey, Brother Dre, I know that you're killing it with the shorts, boy. Hey, Aldiaz, this dude is killing it with the shorts. One short is driving about an hour. Give him about a good 2,300 views, just like that. It's mind-boggling the way it works.
But like I said, the crazy thing is, I did 2 shorts this week on Friday when I was out working. The one I felt most proud about was the one I had the guy talking about doing good work, hard work pays off. That one only got like 200, 300 views.
See what I'm saying?
The other one, which I was just goofing off at another project and everything, it went over 1,000 views.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
which is crazy. It's insane. The one that you feel like you put in the more hard work, you get the less views on that one.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, shorts are just, like I said, I can't say.
I stopped. I put some in there, but just to throw it in there to feed the algorithm, I guess. But I have not uploaded anything. I've done anything on YouTube. I mean, it's been like maybe a month or two, maybe even more than that.
Al, I'm just one step off from you, dude. I take out my little stands to put the Oswald Pocket 3 on, and it sits in the car the whole time. I usually dig out my phone when I actually think about it, do a couple of shots, and then I'll sit back. When I pack everything up, I'll sit in my car and say, okay, what kind of music can I find? Let me get this clip and that clip put together, throw it out there. And that's about it.
And you throw it up.
Yeah, it's just whatever happens, happens. Just like the week before, I was telling a little short clip about being able to read the markings on the ground and come out to a job site. What's the water marking, electrical, gas lines, all this kind of stuff. I tell people all the time, I said, even though that stuff doesn't mean nothing, has nothing to do with drone flying, but it does impress the people you are working with that you have knowledge of what is going on at the site. And I tell people that pays off in the long run. Like I was saying, he's been working with certain people for years now, because now there's a relationship, there's a trust factor. And this is also about how much you can look to get paid. I said, every time you start off, I don't care if it's by yourself or you work for one of these brokers, ZepView, and whoever else, Joiners IO, all that kind of stuff, they're going to start you off with little projects for little money. And once you show that you can deliver on those small projects, they'll start offering you bigger projects for more money. And that's I always tell people, I said, ask yourself, if you were running a company, are you going to pay people top dollar on day one? Are you going to pay them a fair wage? And as they get better or they prove that they're better, then you can say, okay, I can trust this guy to be able to, deliver on other projects and stuff. And that's why I tell them, I talk to them like these clients now, and I say, hey, you're paying for my knowledge, the technology, my consistency. You're paying for all these things now that I'm going to come through. And it's like I tell them, if I have an issue, like I have one issue out in Ontario, California, where the new Enterprise 3s would not fly in the combined airspace. I got airspace controls out of Chino and on Ontario Airport.
The View Chaser.
The Ontario airspace is 400 feet, but the Chino airspace locks down at 197. Now, I've already got the waiver approved last year for the FAA. Got it for a full year. My Phantom RTK has no problem. My Mavic 2 Pro, which I use to shoot the 360 panels, no problems. All the other drones I've used there from a regular Phantom V1, no problem. But the Mavic 3E, the Mavic 3M will not go above the 197. Same waiver.
Is there any reason why?
It's in the Pilot 2 software. The Pilot 2 software will not recognize the unlock. And this is the weird part, Al. If I fly it, if I take it off the Pilot 2 part of it and just fly the drone manually, it goes all the way up 400 feet.
So is the app?
It is the app. The Pilot 2 app will not recognize the unlock. And that is so weird.
Did you have to do some kind of update to unlock it?
DJI needs to update the.
Have you tried to reach to them and tell them about it?
Oh yeah, and they sit there saying, "Well, the unlock this," and I say, "No, it can't be." That's why I told her, I said, "I can fly this thing in manual mode, control it myself, and it ascends all the way to 400 feet." But when I put the KML file into the Pilot 2 app, and then it locks me at 197.
Wow.
And then they ain't got nothing to say. So I was about to retire my Phantom 4 RTK. I was like, okay, I don't need anymore. No, I can't. Because I said, now I got jobs like this that I still need to use it at.
Yeah, they should unlock that drone to have a little bit more features than what it has.
Well, like I said, it's in the Pilot 2 app.
Yeah, well, I mean, the drone has you're able to map. It's great, it's fantastic. The shutter for that, and you can go a lot faster. But it doesn't have the things like the other drones have, like the bracketing photos, like your time lapse and things of that nature, because they want you to buy another platform. So that's why the Phantom. I will not get rid of that drone. I always thought about. I got the Phantom 4 Pro V2, and I got a V1 in the garage, and I won't get rid of them. Those are the backup to the Mavic 3.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just, like I said, now I got to keep the Phantom 4 RTK, and now I'm looking at, because this is what I'm telling Adrian about doing work with people, and Al can attest to this, is that now some of these same people have asked me do I want to get trained in setting GCPs, which is ground control points. Okay. That right there is very time consuming. When you got to go out there and walk a site and set the coordinates for each ground control point. And usually a small site like the one I just did the other day, 10, 15 acres, I might set, you got to have at least a minimum of 3. That's what they used to say, minimum 3. So I'm going to set at least 3, if not maybe 5 to 7, depending on how many you want to set out there. A bigger site, I may set 10 to 15. So something that may only take me an hour to do flying wise, now if I go out there and set GCPs, placing myself, I'm gonna be out there 2 or 3, 4 hours.
Depending on the terrain, right? If you're
Right, depending on the terrain.
you can't access certain points, you're kind
Right.
of screwed.
So now you're talking about the money goes up way up here. So now you're talking about a job that might only been about, let's say, $200. Okay. Now though, I gotta physically walk this site. I gotta set the GCPs. I gotta get another rover to go to calculate with my base station now. I gotta go out there and put this, calculate that, put it into my phone, all this kind of stuff, all this data information. Now you're gonna be talking about a $200 job will easily cost them almost close to $1,000 because I'm doing surveyor type crap now. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to have people like me work under their surveyor by setting these GCPs, and then I would send my data back to him to
correct it.
double to check it, correct it, or whatever, so he doesn't have to go around, or they're going to hire a surveyor for whatever area they're operating in. So that's why I'm saying that you patience is a virtue. You do consistent work, opportunities will continue to come forward to you if you're really serious about sticking in this business. There's a guy's telling Al, I know Al dumped that 3T, and I said, dude, I'm like, dude,
you know what, life challenges, dude. I was gonna jump in the level 1 thing. I thought I had an account I was gonna get. I was gonna, I was gonna run with it. It was probably a little bit too much jump the gun, but I wasn't getting no return on investment, and I was like, dude, I gotta unload this ASAP. So
if I'm not mistaken, you sold that drone, didn't you, Al?
I did sell it. I did.
Do you regret selling it?
I do in some sense, and I do not in other, because I asked myself, okay, do I have any thermal work right now? I don't. So it'd probably still be sitting on the desk or underneath here on that
rack. At one point, did you say you were going to take the thermal class?
I was. You remember this was almost like a year ago, was it? Close to it?
A little over a year ago.
Life's curves, and it was either I paid the class. It was like, all right, dude, your car just got broke down. You got to get it fixed. What are you going to do? Let me cancel that class and get that money back and use it for that. So that's what I did. And then I wound up returning the drone because it was just sitting. Other than that, those little things I did for rescue dogs, man, that was crushing. I wound up almost hitting a power line flying doing that.
Yeah,
that was nuts.
I've never done a SAR
search and rescue.
Yeah, like I say, if I did something like that, it'd have to be with PD or something like that, Sheriff's Department. If I'm gonna do something like that, I'm not gonna go out there and be looking for people's dogs. Not that I'm not an animal lover, but like I say, it's the risk factor that you're putting up on a $3,000 plus, $5,000 plus system, and it's
that drone was like $5,800 plus taxes.
I say I say almost $6,000, and a lot of those work jobs are free.
Yeah,
it's free. They want you to come do it for free out of the goodness of your heart. And I'm like, yeah. And like I said, I bought my first thermal back in 2021.
Which one did you get? That was Mavic 2. That was the Enterprise, right?
Yeah, that was the Enterprise Advanced. And like I said, it has another reason why I got it, because it had the 640 by 512 level camera on it. And like I say, and this between the end of last year and this year, dude, that thing is about paid for itself twice.
Nice. That's what I was going to ask you after I mentioned a Wedgeworth question you asked or statement. Do you plan on getting that new thermal? If it were that platform's a little bit too big, I you know what I mean, for like I think that's like for inspections and out and like wire line inspections, things of that nature. But if it came to your platform that you have, the 30T.
I can say, based on kind of work, I say my M30T I use it for commercial building inspection for a solar. Okay, wide area, big bunch of solar panels. We're talking about almost a whole entire roof of a warehouse of solar panels. That Enterprise Advanced is what I use for housing. People got solar panels on their houses. That's why I tell folks here in California, it's mandated if you build so many houses, so many of those houses have to have solar panels on it. And after about 5, 6, 7, 8 years, people are going to want to have those solar panels inspected to make sure they're getting their money's worth on the amount of energy that they're producing. Because once you put them on your roof, you can't walk on there. You're not walking on that roof. So it's almost automatically has to be done from the air. And that's where drones come in. Now, there's a difference when you have a solar farm on the ground. Somebody can walk through that and look at and hold a thermometer up there and everything, but it's going to be awkward.
Take it forever to do it that way.
Yeah, take it forever to do it. And like I say, you got to have some kind of dual screen situation, what the gun's seeing and what you're seeing, because you're not going to be tall enough to get the whole panel at the right angle. So, like I say, once again, this is where the drones will be able to come in and do the job. Like I said, I made that. I said that jump back in 2021, and then I bought the M30T 2 years ago now and stuff.
You ever think let me ask you this: would you ever get? I'm the type of person that I'll rotate. I don't have no attachment to them. I'm not an Adrian.
Yeah.
It's just a drone. I'm not gonna fucking put it in the quilts. I'm not gonna sing it to sleep. I'm not gonna rub it in the belly. I'm not doing any of that. But I mean, do you plan on keeping yours for a bit and then kind of maybe upgrading, or are you gonna?
This will be the deciding factor. If it gets to the point I can no longer buy batteries for the Mavic Enterprise Advanced, which is the same battery for the Mavic 2 Pro, then I'll have to make a decision. Is it time to go to a different platform? Like right now for the Mavic 2 Pro series drones, I have a total of 14 batteries overall. I got 2 Mavic 2 Pros and that Mavic Enterprise Advanced. So I got 14 batteries.
You're good.
Right. So I'm like, no, okay. Now to get to the point, matter of fact, I just bought another battery online, the heated ones, for less than $100.
Oh wow! How much those things cost when they first came out?
They were over about $200 back in the day. Now I got it for under $100.
Those battery price will not go down for the Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, they gone down. You can get a Mavic 2 Pro battery for about
No, he was talking about the Enterprise, the advanced ones that were heated.
$60-$70 now. Yeah, this is the heated one and stuff. And I wanted to have 4 heated ones. I had 3, and I've been waiting to get a 4th one. So I had another battery out there and stuff. But like I said, that's just my OCD part, Al. I like the stuff match. I don't share stuff. I don't share controllers. I don't share RTK modules. I don't share other words, when I grab a case, when I grab one of these cases over here, everything's in there. I ain't got to make sure anything else is going on with it. Everything is in there for its own.
Yeah. You got custom cases, or are you buying them like them up?
Yeah, I'm buying them. I mean, the Enterprise ones come with nice cases.
Yeah.
They come with everything you need in there, all that kind of stuff. But I was the same way with my Phantoms. I mean, my Phantoms, I had tablets for every Phantom I had.
You still have all your Phantoms, don't you?
Yeah, and I have tablets for all those Phantoms.
Wow.
I either have an Apple tablet, or I got the what's called the DJI ones, the real nice ones.
Oh, the Crystal Sky.
Crystal Skies. I got like 2 large Crystal Skies, and I got a 5-inch one still sitting around here.
Those Crystal Skies were pretty legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, other than connecting and that whole, you got the process of connecting 2 things and stuff, and they streamlined it down to just the smart controller. But the screen was bigger. I think it was brighter.
Yeah,
they had the brighter option on one of them.
They were 1,000 nits on the screen, and if you got the Ultra, it was 2,000 nits.
Yeah,
and stuff. And like I said, it was just a good product at the time. And this was talk about repurposing. That's why I kind of can say DJI don't abandon its people. Now that I've gone RTK, that W30 whatever it's B or whatever it is battery 37 battery is what operates the RTK module. Same battery, and then the battery that powers the controller for the Phantom 4 RTK, that same battery. So all them batteries I had for the Crystal Skies, now I use them in the RTK, and I use them in the Phantom 4.
That's awesome. When you have a system that's like that, an ecosystem where everything connects, you would hope to use that and continue to be that way. But DJI kind of like slipped away from that, and no fault of their own. They want to make money.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, and right now with this guy talking about they want to train me to get UCPs, I know the IMALED system is probably the most popular one out there, where they have a base station and a rover. You go out there and set ground control
GCPs.
points.
They also got the expensive propeller, air propeller, something like that. They're GCPs with you press the button and it comes the longitude. It syncs up pretty quick. But they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, you're talking about $10,000 investment.
Yeah. I don't even think you get a lot of those things. I think you get like maybe 3, 4 of them for 10
I think if for 10 Gs you get up to 5 or 6.
Okay.
Stuff. I think a lot of folks will sell them, and then I heard that you got to get the subscription for $300 a year.
It's like Matterport. You buy a Matterport camera, you got to get the subscription.
Right. So there's always something that goes to the added on cost. So I'm debating, wait for these folks to commit to me about this GCP program they want to put me in.
Congratulations, man.
And I'm thinking, I said, do I go ahead and spend another $3 to $5 grand on an IMALED system, a base station, a rover, or do I just buy a second DJI one, which you can use a second one as a rover? You put it in the right mode. And I said, well, I've already got one investment. I don't want to spend on I can say a whole nother system.
Yeah,
I got to calculate everything too and everything else. So that's what I say. Those are the decisions I look at. I try to look at all the things I do as a business decision. Okay, what's going to be best as a business and stuff. I can tell folks, sometimes you can't go out and just get what's popular or what's trending.
Yeah, I remember you said you wanted to get the Avata. Then I heard on Paul Murray's stream, you're like, I thought what was best for my company and myself long term in the future, and that's
and I ended up spending 3 times more money buying that second 3E than I would on an Avata, but that 3E makes money. That Avata don't put in my pocket. Yeah, it might put a smile on my face, but my face turns to a frown with my bank account.
That's classic.
Yeah, I'm like, that's my deal, man. I mean, that's how my wife doesn't get on my case about much of anything, because she looks at the benefits that it pays for our vacations that we go on, and also it's a big tax write-off. So she don't her jaw don't get tight and stuff.
Are you for this year? Are you kind of done getting anything new? Because you just got one. You got a new, well, not a new drone, but you got an additional backup drone.
Yeah,
well, I thought about that, Dre. I was like, damn, should I get another enterprise backup? And I was like, wait a minute, I got this, I got the Phantom 4 Pro. No, I don't need another one. You know what I mean? I'll start talking myself into things, and I probably shouldn't do that. But what I have is good for now, and I'll roll with that for a bit.
Like you're saying, I kept watching Captain Joe America's video with that Avata. His footage is crispy, man. I'm like,
he's putting out tons of videos. He's loving it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what got me I'm watching him, and then Johnny was talking about he was going to the South Florida drone meetup with his son-in-law's Avata, and he was going to sell it. I said, Johnny, if you don't sell it there, I'll take it off your hand and get back. And I'm glad he sold it when he was there. I'm like, because I'm like, oh yeah, I can get that at a good price, and and go from there. I'm like, that little pause, that weekend pause, is all I needed to say, get right. You need to get right. It gave me messing up on that kind of stuff, man. Not at all.
So Jordan, just about every job you do, your two-wheel drone will be the Phantom or the Mavic 2 Pro?
Right now, most of my jobs I do, I'm using the Mavic 3s, E or the M for the mapping part of it. I do take out I do take out the Mavic 2 Pro, and this is something I haven't gotten to back and forth with people, and they never can prove me wrong, is that when you do a 360-degree panorama, it does not work on an Android system. Okay, when I use drone, I have to use Drone Deploy to get that type of flight in, and it will not work on an Android system. Even though
I remember you saying that before.
Yeah, I've said it before, and that's the reason why I even have an Apple tablet, because it works in iOS.
I'm not Android. I'm Apple.
Now, it works in iOS. You can create a 360-degree panorama through Drone Deploy on iOS system. That's why I have the Apple tablets that I use, and I said I've been doing that since using the Phantoms, and the same thing with the Mavic 3Es, same thing. They will not do a 360-degree panorama. Now, that's why I say this 360-degree. It would do a panorama 180. It'll do something like that. It won't do a 360. It'll tell you that the camera does not support that function.
So you're doing that in off of like a mission feature, like a waypoint, and then into a pano. Yeah,
Yes.
I've never done that. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I just fly them manually, like whatever level
Right.
the build is taking place. They want it just above the framing.
Right.
I just do it manually. I'll just fly to the next one. But I've always wondered, man, I wonder if I could just like set it up and manually mission fly it and stuff like that and do panos.
You can do it in. I know you can do it in. I want to say Litchi, and you can do it in Drone Deploy, which I do it in. You just basically tell it, I want to do a 360. You pinpoint on the map where you want the drone to go. The map flies there, stops, automatically focuses the camera, and it do.
Yeah, but you can't do it on the Pilot 2 app. There's no. I've never seen a feature like that on it. So maybe that's what it goes to say. The Android doesn't provide that. I don't know. Maybe
right, the Android doesn't support it.
Like
Android doesn't support it
or something.
Yeah, but that just goes back years. Even when I had the Phantoms, the Android won't support it. iOS. That's why I take my Maverick 2 Pro out, and I say when the 3E comes back, I'll break out the tablet, which is in the case with the Maverick 2 Pro. Throw the battery in, boom, boot it up, take it off, it goes, and stuff. And like I say, like I say, when you do stuff like mapping, accuracy and consistency, or I guess even redundancy, is key. So every time I go out to a job site, it goes to the same exact point and does that flight. So it's not like you said, you go out and you do yours manually, okay, but how precise is it each time you go out to the same location each month? And that's what I'm saying. There's so many jobs I've been on for a couple of years. Most of them I've been on for a year, and everything needs to be consistent with what I did last month to this month. Even though the job is evolving itself, the houses are getting built, all this kind of stuff. But my perspective where that drone fly doesn't change. Even though everything else is evolving, they want to be able to see the difference of what is. Well,
you're doing huge neighborhoods. Mine is just like a luxury apartments that are like 7 stories at max, 6 stories, maybe 2 blocks, 3 blocks, but nothing like what you're doing in terms of the size of your guys' project. Hey, I was gonna say, Dre, before we, I don't know, we're gonna wrap it up, and I shouldn't even mention anything about it, but I seen on the commercial Facebook page where somebody put up some computer specs or something with drone hacks with the green drone. What's it called? The Anzu drone.
Anzu drone.
And they did all this like computer checking the software, and it turned out to be a Mavic 3 Enterprise. And
so the drone is based off that.
No, but like how I said the software is like their own software and all that stuff. Well, it was up. It's not up no more. They must have pulled it. But I was looking for it earlier, and it wasn't up. I wish I would have saved the link or downloaded actual site where they had it from. But I was wondering if you might have seen it. What's up, Jim? How you doing?
No, because I was told that they would not have the software. I said the mapping software, whether it's separate or whatever else, which is supposed to be a loft, is the one supporting it.
Yeah, I think they got it in someone's hand, and this person did all these extensive checks on it or something like that. And then this person put it up on this guy. What's his name? From the Drone Alliance. Not Randall. Vic Moss. Vic Moss.
Right.
His Facebook page. That commercial page. But it's not up there anymore. So I was wondering if you might have seen it. It was kind of interesting to see it because it was mentioning how the software is the Mavic 3 Enterprise. Everything was spec'd to the Mavic 3 Enterprise. Even software, when he said it wasn't, it was a loft software or something like that. It's not up there anymore. So they must have pulled it for a reason.
Right. I'm gonna share with you guys. Okay, that's not.
Go ahead.
No. This is one of my jobs that I use terrain awareness with. And you see all the little
how many people in that you think in that huge that's a big old neighborhood. Look at that. Those are blocks.
Yeah, this used to be a golf course I used to play at about maybe 15 years ago. 18-hole course.
So that's all houses now, Dre?
That is all houses, and you can see
Holy
where the house has been built. Some they still need to build all the way back to court. Now, all the little diamond shapes that you see here are GCP point locations. These are GCP points. Okay. Now I'm gonna zoom in. This is the one that I use right here.
Now these are not all of them are monuments, like official monuments, are they?
No, these not my. These are GCPs, not mine.
That you've laid. Okay.
You see,
Okay.
you see what you
Things
see
that you
where
laid down.
I zoomed in. You see the white X.
The X. Yep.
There you go. Now you see, I just flew this one. Where am I at? That's my car right there. Okay. Now my base station is sitting right on top of that monument.
Yeah, you can see the shadow a little bit.
Yeah, that's where my base station is sitting on top of that and stuff. Now it used to be a month ago, these houses weren't even there. They weren't even, the concrete wasn't even poured yet.
No, they're going up.
Now they.
So these are one of the maps that you made, or they made from the document, the data you collected.
Yeah, there's the map.
Did you lay all those GCPs
No,
down?
the surveyor did all that.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
They want to train you to do it.
Train me to go out and lay those GCP points.
Now, obviously, I seen a video when you did the terrain follow. I'm assuming this is the project you did that on.
No, this is not this project. This is the first one I started doing terrain and following on, because the houses here I was bringing in. This is an old country club area right here. There's about a 100-foot drop from off the back of these houses here down to the ones below.
Oh,
and then where I used to fly at when I first started the project, I used to fly from this point here.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Fly in the project, and that's with a Phantom 4 V1 using terrain awareness. So I tell you, terrain awareness or terrain following has been around since, I want to say, 2019. But a lot of people don't know how to use it or don't understand it. And it makes a big difference in how your maps come out. Accuracy.
What's the acreage on that project? Everything
this one,
the line.
Everything within the line, I want to say it's 498.
Wow.
On that. And it butts up against the 210 freeway right here.
There's no like space out here is minimal, in the Bay Area, because everybody, it's all eaten up.
Right.
But as you
like
go
you
south, like Morgan Hill, it's a little bit like that, but not quite as roomy. But it's incredible because I know where you're at, and it's just it's incredible that you guys have all that.
Yeah,
that
all this land out here is a dry wash, a dry wash. I actually live over here personally.
Okay.
If my oh, dude, it's less than 10 minutes from my house.
You can set the waypoints and then take off from your backyard. I didn't say that.
I can say if my house set up on a hill where I had a good line of sight, because I mean when I live at, there's just too many houses and trees and stuff in the way, I lose signal. But technically, like you're right, I could fly from my house here all the way down to this project. It'd probably take me 10 times more batteries, because by the time they get to a couple of the first couple points, I'll be ready to come back home and stuff. And then I have another project from there. Let me see, where is it at? Too far down. Is this it? What street is that? Ayala, yeah. This is a built out here.
Amazon fulfillment centers out there, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I say, it's big deal, big money out here. Amazon. All this land right here was an old airport. That is another project I'm doing right now.
Oh, so they're building homes on that.
Mm-hmm. And it used to be an old airport. Took it out. They're building on this side here also. Now my family used to own the property here and here. We used to own this property here. We sold it. We sold it to a developer 14 years ago.
Wow.
And stuff. So, yeah, that's just one project there. I'll stop sharing. Go from there. So that's why I tell people, I said, this is, the stuff that I do. You see it out there, and you see I'm out there flying. And matter of fact, that just happened Friday. That was from Friday's work.
Wow.
That's how fast it gets turned around.
Are you doing those every week, or are you doing every month?
Once a month. Once a month. And I've been on this project over a year. It was supposed to end.
Thank you for popping in.
I was just going to ask that. Take care of it.
That project was supposed to end in February of this year, but they keep saying, "Hey, we want some more of his shots. We want more of his work. Keep it going." I don't have a deadline anymore. It's like keep flying until we tell you to stop flying.
Sweet.
And like I said, yeah. And another one I've been on. It'll be 4 years in September. It was the very first project I did for them. They got a bargain out of me because it was my first big project. And I was like, I was just happy to do it, dude.
That's awesome.
I've been on that.
It opens doors. It opens doors for other things.
And that's why I tell people, I said, sometimes you may not get that top dollar right away, but if you do good work, you do consistent work. Like I say, I'm same company, same builder. I got 8 projects from them.
Nice.
Over the last 4 years, 8 projects.
All it takes is one, and you know that builder's going to have places you need you to go to, and they're pretty consistent with their stuff.
So, like I said, I got projects in High Grove, Ontario, Riverside County. Then, like I say, I got 2 there in Rialto, California. That one in Rancho I did the other day. These are all projects. And the other one that I did in Rancho, a little further down, a little small one. Same builder, dude. Same builder. 8 projects that I'm using. I'm flying at least 6 of them every month.
I was gonna say, are they exclusive to your area, or are they kind of like, you know, I mean, some places go far, some places stay specifically to it.
Well, this builder, I know he has a lot of locations across the Southwest. Okay. But like I say, my goal has always been, that's why I tell a lot of people when it talks about, you know, their own businesses and they work. And for me, I'm not big on traveling a lot. I don't want to be a road warrior, you know. Now it'd be nice like you. I get a flight to fly to San Diego once a month or Arizona. That's cool.
Yeah, but those are nothing, Dre. You know, that. It's not the East Coast trip. It's like it's right. Arizona's right there for you, especially. Yeah. It's especially right there.
But like I said, that'll be a nice change of venue. But like I said, the difference is if you had to drive there, if you had to drive to Arizona, if you had to drive to San Diego to do those jobs, then you'd be like, oh no.
If they wouldn't pick up everything in the airfare and for me to feed me and the rental, I wouldn't be going there.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that for me, I've told everybody I work with, the Inland Empire is my domain. Okay. Anything you got here in San Bernardino County, Riverside County, which covers everything from Temecula all the way up to the border of Las Vegas. Okay. I don't like going to the desert, and I try to avoid those all if possible. Okay. And that basically means from LA County line all the way back out to the Arizona line. Okay. But I don't like going out to the desert again. So basically in the urban areas of San Bernardino and Riverside, that is my area operating. Okay.
It's a growing area too.
Oh yeah. We got land to build on and stuff. And most of my jobs are no more than 20 minutes away from my house. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to establish that even on my website, it says, if you come to the Inland Empire, come see me.
And you're not far from San Diego, Dre. When you went down to that convention, you drove, huh?
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
Oh, I was going to say, okay. I was like, I don't think he's going to fly there. I ain't that far.
No, it's only a 2 hour. It's a 2 hour drive, but the traffic is horrendous.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. It's like a Friday. Thursday going to Sacramento from here would be two hours. You go on a Friday afternoon, evening, you're effed. It's going to take you 3 to 4 hours.
Right. Yeah. Same thing. So I can say it's that's why I tell these guys they want me to go out to Orange County and like I said, no. I said the traffic. I said, dude, you can't compensate me enough to deal with the traffic. Something that's only about, I say, my wife just went to Knox Prairie Farm Friday with her school. 45-minute drive. All this from my house to Knox Prairie Farm. Okay. Like you said, I go there on a wrong date, Friday evening, it'll take me 3 hours to get home. You know, I said, some things are just not worth it to put up with the nonsense and stuff, man. So,
my brother Trey, it's been an hour.
I was just going to ask you about that.
2 minutes.
Good time.
We're going to go ahead and call it a night. Great stream, as usual. Aldias, thank you for popping in. Brother
Dre, Adrian, everybody in the chat.
Popping in, everybody in the chat. I appreciate your support.
Good seeing you.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good one. Take care.
Up in the stream. I appreciate it, and I will see you again next week Sunday. Hey, Dre, let's try to make this a regular it seems like this is working out better compared to Saturday.
Okay,
know.
like I say, next week I got double duty because if you're gonna be on next Sunday, I'll be with you for a while. But I gotta be my own show on the 26th, last call. And we're
Hey,
gonna do a little deeper dive.
whatever works. It doesn't matter with me.
Okay.
It doesn't
All
matter.
right, partner. Well,
All
I will
right,
see
brother.
you
To
and everyone
everybody,
else.
chat. I appreciate it. Have a good night, and I'll see you all later.